I can speak for myself. Like, he didn't do me dirty.
Because that deal that we knew that was going through with Revolt, that we had talked to Math about what I wanted. That was the down payment for my house in Kinnelon, New Jersey. I had a $900,000 house. I was about to bring my parents home. I didn't have to go travel with them. It was a big enough house where I could bring my mother, who's bedridden, home with me and have enough space for caregivers to stay and be with my mother around the clock with my father.
Off that situation.
That situation. I'm a man of my word. Mm-hmm. And if you give me your word, I expect that you're going to stand on it. And there were a couple situations with the co-host.
Huh?
Why are you not on there, though?
Why am I not on there? Because I'm my own man. Once I seen the whole situation happen with the falling, the lights and all of that going out, I'm like, oh, I got to do my own thing. I can't sit back and wait.
It sounds like you abandoned Math now.
No, I did not.
That was your first time seeing the analytical page?
No, he didn't see it yet.
I didn't see it at the time.
He didn't see it till after the nigga wasn't paying us.
Yeah,
how about that?
One of the things that I asked them not to do, they went back and they did. It was a lot of friction in between that. It was a whole bunch of stuff. A lot of personalities and egos clashing. And for me, I just try to keep the drama away because I know in the shop, we're selling friendship.
I said, $2,000 what? Dollars a month. I said, what? He said, nigga. I said, I don't care. It's weird. I said, I don't care what he's making. I don't.
Welcome back and what's good? This is the Furious Robinson podcast and I'm your host, Furious, your curator of conversation, wordsmith aficionado, voted most likely to be trending down the timeline. Hit the like button early, drop a comment for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel. This is a Sick Times Media production. You see the planes. I have to wake it up. I saw this come across my feed and I said, yo, this is wicked. Math Hoffa was supposedly and allegedly making $200K at the peak of his YouTube height. At the peak of my expert opinion, when he had Champ, Esso, and Heineken, Space Ghost behind the camera, he was netting a solid $2.4 million a year. And I respect it. Having all types of people up there from RFK to Russ, I get it. Definitely in a pocket, definitely on a heater. And all of that came to a crash and burn type ending when everybody started to leave the show and essentially kick Math Hoffa's back in.
If you start saying, well, Biggie, you late. Whoa.
How am I late?
How am I late?
What's coming to light is Math never paid any of these men. Not a dollar outside of Space Ghost, and Esso woke it up.
Nobody's getting paid except Space Ghost. Once I got paid, once I had to get paid, everybody else got paid.
So as I really get to it and unpack this Math Hoffa story in real time, it's wildly insane to me that you could be making this much bread, $200K a month. I'm not sure what the overhead for that shop was, but why was he not paying nobody? He said, nah, I'm not going to pay nobody.
One of the things that I asked them not to do, they went back and they did. It was a lot of friction in between that. It was a whole bunch of stuff. A lot of personalities and egos clashing. And for me, I just try to keep the drama away because I know in the shop, we're selling friendship.
I said, $2,000 what? Dollars a month. I said, what? He said, nigga. I said, I don't care. It's weird. I said, I don't care what he's making. I don't care.
The reason why I cared, though, right? It's not about how much. It's that he was finding ways not to pay us.
Pay niggas.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there like,
the ball hog.
You're paying us peanuts. You're making what people die to make for a year.
Esso essentially had to come in and wake it up and say, yo, I'm being paid by other shows. I need my check. I need my coin. Because you can't tell me that Bigger, Champ, Gat, Mecca. Come on, man. This is too much. None of these gentlemen were getting any coin from this and hung out essentially off the muscle, essentially thinking like, yo, I may be able to get the Math Hoffa stimmy.
I came out of prison. I'm hungry.
Right.
I'm starving.
Right.
So I'm going to do what everybody is not doing. I'm going to get the drinks.
Right.
I'm going to take out the garbage. Mav noticed that off the rip. He's like, yo, you want to manage the shop?
This didn't play the way they wanted it to, and that's when the game becomes the game, which is the game, brother. This is a nasty play.
You be saying when you say, yo, when people are around you and they not real and they telling stories and all that, it bothers you. And I'm
gonna be honest. It really don't bother me.
And this is sad and tough to see because Math essentially was running a play. He was making a ton of bread and not showing the numbers, not essentially showing that accounting. If you making 200K, 6 figures a month, and you have people signed to these pseudo contracts, these $500 W-2 type contracts, these I-9s, these come in and clean up the shop type contracts, bruh, these handshake deals, it's going to get nasty outside. People's egos are going to get involved because when you see $1 million hit your bank account in half the year, you're not really thinking too hard about the man's. And that's the nasty part about it to me because he had the perfect cast to really run up that bag.
I can speak for myself. Like, he didn't do me dirty.
But he wasn't thinking. And when you have yes men around you, because I'm looking directly at Gat Taylor, we got to wake it up. This is yes man energy in real time.
You understand? So I can't. Gat, you gonna agree they did? Nah, I wouldn't say that because I wasn't around. I wasn't there when y'all signed paperwork. I wasn't there when y'all did business with him, so I can't speak for y'all. I don't know what business he did with Mech on the side. I don't know what business he did with Sean Big on the side. I don't. I just pull up, play my position, and go home.
If you know somebody around you is doing your other homies dirty, why would you continue to hang out with that man and not essentially try to correct this behavior? Because Gat made no sense to me this entire interview. This was street ninja babble in real time.
Now people are like, we expect to see him on the new shop with you.
Nah, but listen, I told Math, you know what I mean, to do.
That's my final thing on that.
I told Math to do this shit by himself.
Oh, all right.
I told him that. He'll tell niggas that.
Why though?
But
not
why?
that it's wrong, but...
But, you know what I'm saying? Like, me personally, I seen that he was having falling outs with everybody. He was bumping hash polls with everybody. And I'm like, yo, you should just do this shit by yourself. Why don't you just do it by yourself? Like,
if you were really him and you could secure some coin on my expert opinion, you would be in the new shop. If Math really respected you as a friend, as a co-host, as a podcaster, he would already pulled up 2 and 3 times to your spot to really give you that look. So these industry ties to me are fake. Gat is going to go anywhere the money is. If Math worked them behind the scenes and he actually was making 200K, you as a man should be like, damn, wait, we should all be getting broke off if we're on the show if Math was doing good business, but he's not. But you had to throw your cape on real quick and say, oh, I might want to go back on my expert opinion. I can't wake that up. I need to get done dirty in order to understand what's actually happening.
Heineken came to me and said, yo, this nigga's making $200,000 a month, right? And I said, I don't care.
Yeah, but my reason for saying that, because it get lost, it wasn't the fact that he's making it that was the issue. It was he was making it and not paying us.
And not paying us on time.
I can speak for myself. Like, he didn't do me dirty.
Instead of clearing the air, instead of saying, yo, let me correct this in real time. I'm the leader. I'm the captain of the ship. Let me get my team right. No. We running pseudo pacifying plays. We trying to get the man's them some Jordans.
He owes us all money at this time.
Yeah.
Everybody owes money. He chose to take a Haitian shopping, okay? And to show a Haitian nigga, look at all the money that I'm making.
We buying man's FUBU fits. Come on, bro. We don't want them dusty fits. Pay me my money and pay me on time. That's it. I'm here to get busy on the mic. No pause. Keep it rolling. I would take this as a high level of disrespect. If somebody owes me anywhere from, say, 3 to 5K, let's make it interesting. They owe me 10K and they say, yo, bro, let's just go out to lunch. Let's go have some food. Let's just, hang out. And then they try to take me shopping. Come on, brother. What do I look like? That's a goofy man tactic in real time. So I have to look at Math and say, damn, this was nasty. So I see why Esso continues to kick your back in. Math essentially knew that Esso wanted to essentially handle up in his real life and move his mom's into a spot where she could really be taken care of, put up nice. He understood that and he still.
Because that deal that we knew that was going through with Revolt, that was that we had talked to Math about what I wanted. That was the down payment for my house in Kinnelon, New Jersey. I had a $900,000 house. I was about to bring my parents home. I didn't have to go travel with them. It was a big enough house where I could bring my mother, who's bedridden, home with me and have enough space for caregivers to stay and be with my mother around the clock with my father.
Off that situation.
Off of that situation.
These are childish and ego games. If we're on the same team, we could collectively get that coin and run it up. But no, ninjas ain't never gonna get along.
I had a deal with S1 Heineken. They signed contracts, and the show started to take off. Pocket watching. People were like, okay, we signed these contracts to get paid this, but now the show is doing this.
I have to wake it up. Let's just speak on Gat Taylor because I can't speak on it and I wasn't there. I never want these humans around me. Playing these political type games because Matt threw you the oop is crazy.
Like, and I thank Matt for giving me the alley-oop on the show. You know what I mean? Because I ain't know shit about podcasting, but he gave me the alley-oop. And me, Gat, I'm going to take that shit and run with it.
Are you finding it it's hard to make money?
This is sick and nasty work. That's why I don't respect a lot of these cosplaying thespians. Bro, they'll sit around and know they're hunting for clout, searching for a stimmy through the creative culture and through the streets. Know it. Bruh, if you really want to get to it, get to it. You know what's going on with Math. You understand what he did to the entire cast of My Expert Opinion, but you want to play political games.
I can speak for myself. Like, he didn't do me dirty.
Math don't even have you in the new shop. That's kind of crazy, right? If you really his man, if he really want to see you win, why are you not in his new shop getting to it? Building some clout? Nah, he's looking at you like a liability because he said it on EYL. If he can get it out the mud solo dolo, he's going to do it solo dolo. So you can't say you gave him that idea. That's already his motive. $200K a month and nobody came up except for you is sick.
Come on.
Nigga,
It is. It ain't cap.
This is 110% cap.
It ain't
nigga.
cap.
All our fucking work.
All your work?
You're damn right,
Wow.
nigga. Your shit ascended when I was up there.
Wow.
Everybody knows.
And this is why it's tough because they'll defend these dudes. Knowing Math Hoffa tarnished his entire staff because he didn't want to get his business acumen in order. This is a Dame Dash type play to me. I'm putting all of these humans in the same boat. I'm sorry, bruh. Crazy business to me is sick. You know you got a strategic play at hand. You're making $2.4 million a year. You could easily just double that over the next 3 years and be straight. But you wanted to let ego and greed get in the way of good business, good men, and get into that bag. These ninjas scare me in real time and are thoroughly sick. But I know a lot of you may agree with this behavior. So please, as I gracefully digress away from this video, let me know what you think in the comments. Hit the like button for the algorithm and subscribe to the channel. This is a Sick Times Media production. Furious Robinson on all platforms from Twitter to IG. You know we be on the spaces going crazy. This is a Sick Times Media production. Stay dangerous.